Okay, everybody. So, for what baby is my new baby bath for? It's going to be a blanket reveal because I could pick him up myself in person because his former mommy lives nearby and I know her from our reborn gathering from last year, which will be held next year, or from this year, and which will be held in February next year again. And then a lot of reborn mummies will come together here in our province. And he came home in a little romper with now on it, size 0 to 3 months, and that's a little bit too big for this little man because he is a little man. And he came in this size 50 sleeper, and as you can see there's a little bare face, very soft, and it says little boy blue. Can you see that? Yes, you can see that. Okay. And because in the nursery of that former mummy it was a bit fresh, a little bit cold, he also had some socks that says in Dutch, I love Papa, and in English that is I love Daddy. These are winter socks, thick socks, you see. That's what he came in. But he wears, he had already, when he was with me, I changed him in this set, my little French set. That's one of the sets of my twin prematures. And he fits this very well. And it was a little onesie, little romper, size 44 of course, two little socks, booties, how do you say that? Kind of booty socks. A pair of pants from my little friends, and it has the cute label with the bird footsies on it. A little shirt with my little friends, mijn kleine vriendjes, and the little hat that belongs to it. But as you can see, just sticking out his feet, but you don't see his feet. He is in a winter sleeper that I got in a swap with Cindy. Her former YouTube name was C. Clark 2007, but she also had to change her name, and she's not so often on YouTube anymore. But I got that in a swap, and it's a doggy sleeper, and it's from Carter's, and it's a newborn. So here are his little feet, at least inside the sleeper. He is a very special baby because he is a training aid. He is used and he's made and invented to train medical personnel that have to work with babies on like a neonatal department of a hospital, but it can also train freshly to become parents that will have their first baby. And you can learn with him. He can train people how to bathe him, how to dress him, how to undress him, how to give him a clean diaper, cleaning his ears, cleaning his nostrils, give him a pacifier, give him a bottle. maybe even giving him breast, how to, not because you have to, yeah, I don't know how to say that. We say je legt een kindje aan, and that's literally you lay a baby on. And sometimes a baby at first doesn't take the nipple from the mother very well, and it doesn't suck very well. So a baby has to learn it, and I think maybe even you can use him for that, how to keep the baby's head the right way in front of your breast to give him breastfeed him. But I don't know, that's not mentioned. You can take his temperature, anal, or learn to take a temperature anal, because he doesn't have a temperature, of course. He's a training doll, baby doll. And he is again an African baby. And I was very pleased to see him for sale, because the odds that in my country these training babies come for sale in the private market is not so great, not so big. And you can buy them new, and they cost a couple of $100 or euros, but that price is yeah, how do you say that? It's not for me. It's not too high, but yeah, I found him second-hand for sale, and that reduced, of course, his price. And he looks as new. His former mommy was very careful with him. He was really only laying in the nursery with all the reborn babies, just for yeah, display purposes. So it's a very cute and nice baby. So now I'm going to reveal him, because he's made of a very special material, which has a copyright on it. And because of that name of that material, these kind of babies are called after the material they're made from. And that is Somso Softplast. And you call it a Somso baby. And that is all capitals, S-O-M from Mark, S-O, Somso. So he is a Somso newborn baby. But I personally don't really understand the newborn, because he's way smaller than a newborn. He's just half an inch bigger than my prematures Carlin and Halloween. They are 17 inch, and he is 17, I think 17 and a half inch. But he doesn't look premature. He looks like a newborn baby. So I think that's why they call him newborn. He is solid. He has a kind of a skull inside his head. So he has a real weight. He has a weight that is, because this company is famous for making all kinds of training aids, his weight is realistic to his size, etc. In kilograms he weighs 2.2 kilograms, so what's that in LBS? I never can, I have to search it up if a LBS is more than a pound. We call half a kilogram is a pound in our country, in the metric system. But LBS is not the same as a pound, so half a kilogram. But I think he is then, I think 3 point something pounds. It's on my iPad, but I'm filming with it, so I can't look it up. I should have looked that up before I started filming. But it's not so very important. I will put the link to that company. It's a German company. I will put a link underneath his video, and then you can see for yourself what that company does, and then you can find all kinds of babies up till premature and I think 6 months that they sell for training as a training aid. So here comes his left footsie. Here's his left footsie. I will see if you can see that right. Yes, I will zoom in. Okay, now you can see more of it. This is his little footsie. And as you can see, he is pretty flexible. That's the Somso Soft Plast. Here are his toes with the nails. And they're not separated. This is underneath his footsie. You can see it's squishy. His leg is squishy. It's like I said, he's solid. He has a solid body, solid arms, solid legs, and like I said, kind of a hard skull in his head. And he's ball jointed, but he is a bathing baby, so the ball joints are no problem for giving him a bath. That's why I bought the baby bath, because I now finally have a baby that I really can give a bath. Well, this is the material he's made from, and I like it very much because it's not too floppy. It's just firm enough to have the idea that he has a skeleton inside of him, that he's not a baby born without a skeleton, but he's very soft to the touch. So, and yeah, it feels like you can pinch him a little bit. You don't have must do that too much with a real baby, because then the baby will start to cry, of course. It won't like it. But you can pinch it like you're pinching flesh and some fat underneath it. So, you see? So I like this very, very much. That's just why I wanted him so badly. That's one leg. Let's go to the other leg. There is a small difference between both footsies. This is his other footsie. And these toes are, like you can see a little bit, I think so. They're a little bit like this. But these toes are more pulled up. So there is, as you can see, there's a difference between the two footsies. And I can show you it like this. And then like this. This toe, big toe, is separated, as you can see. The other toes are just a little bit, and these are not separated here. Here's a little bit separated. I could, if I wanted to, take a knife and separate them fully, because there's just a very thin layer of plast between it to keep them together. But I'm not sure if I want to do that, because it makes them toes also more vulnerable for tearing, etc. So here are his little legs. And are you still seeing him? Yes, you are. But you're not seeing his little fat rolls over here and the details, but that I will show you later. Okay, going up. Without revealing his head. I laid his head sideways so he can breathe. He's not choking. Here are his hands. And his little arms. And now I have to see if I can get this off of him without revealing his face and his head. Yep, I can. And as you can see, he is very flexible. So he is like soft vinyl. He's like silicone vinyl.